So when looking at the element for Chesed, water, I won't pass around the bowl of water. But water is the traditional element that is associated with Chesed. Now different teachings will tell you that there's connections with other elements as well, like fire because of the Sagittarian link. But water and our capacity for emotions, our dreaming, this all fits in with like love, okay? And so that's why water is the element. So if you wanted to make a connection with Chesed and its mercy and compassion, then water might be an element that you would want to work with in making that connection, to help facilitate that connection. Does that make sense? And of course, water helps make us a connection with those sky fathers too. The sky fathers most oftentimes were the deities that you made offerings to or prayers to in order to bring the rain that would help to grow the crops. So there is that connection as well. If you want the rainfall.
Chalk from Mayan mythology would be perfect for that.
Pardon me?
Chalk from Mayan mythology would be perfect for that. He's literally the god of thunder and rain and brings people their crops, being the corn.
You could do Perun. There's lots of thunder gods. I can never remember the name of the Japanese thunder god.
That'd be Raijin.
There we go.
And his brother Fujin is the wind god.
Yes.
Yep.
So they would be possible contacts for this sphere as well.
Yep.
I was just kind of naming a few in the beginning there. Okay.
No, not really, because they fight a lot.
Now another guide that you can connect with is the Archangel Zachiel. He is the angel of mercy. And he is associated with magic and transmutation and the hidden order of masters that aspire to the plane of Chesed.
Can you spell that?
Well, thank you for asking, because there's actually two ways. You can do Tzadkiel, or you can leave off that T.
Okay.
Okay? Angel of mercy. He is the angel that is connected with Jupiter. So if you were working Jupiter magic outside of working in Chesed, you would, and wanted to work with an angel, you would contact him. Okay? Some of his powers are said to be healing painful memories, and choosing forgiveness, which totally makes sense with mercy and compassion of Chesed, right? He inspires forgiveness and compassion. There was also something that I read too, that Zadkiel students would petition to Zadkiel for help in memorizing for tests, studying for tests. I thought that was kind of interesting.
For not studying.
Well, in helping of the study, you know, memory and remembering, not just, memory and then forget. So the angelic order, that kind of brings us into the angelic order that is associated with Chesed, is the Hashmalim, and I hope I'm not butchering that. But they're also known as the brilliant ones. And they're led by Zadkiel, the shining or brilliant ones. They're organizers, this group of angels. They're known as organizers. They are the architects of the universe, and it is they who bring forth form and function.
Can you spell that?
Yes. Chashmalim. And that probably proves just how badly I butchered it by spelling it.
So they bring forth?
They bring forth form and function. So, the animal that is associated, stick with me on this one, is the unicorn. Oh, I was waiting for the but working with the unicorn, it makes sense once we kind of get into it and explain it. The unicorn as an animal guide is helpful for a lot of magical purposes. Its innocence, its ability to harness magical power, the unicorn's connection with both the heavens and the earth. These are all super, super powerful areas where you can tap in and get help with magic. Its uniqueness, fantasy that's connected with it, and its dream-like qualities all make it a wonderful guide to contact even if you're not working with the energies of Chesed. Thank you so much. Oh, that's that. Oh, okay. That's okay. We find a deeper association with unicorns and why they're useful with this sphere of mercy when we look at their connection with what's considered more regal qualities. Remember when we were talking about the ruler on the throne and the sky fathers, okay? Many royal houses have used unicorns in their coat of arms. And unicorns are looked at for their royal connection, so to speak, okay? The United Kingdom still uses a unicorn in their coat of arms and have since the days of the Tudors. So there's that royal connection that because of the elusiveness of the unicorn, okay? They're a symbol, unicorns are a symbol of the Christ principle as well. There are those that have looked at the fact that virgins were the only ones who could draw forth a unicorn to be captured because of their innocence, that connection to innocence. And so that story has been used kind of as an allegory with the birth of Christ from the Virgin Mary. So there's that connection there for mercy and for compassion that we see that is Chesed, okay? It's these royal links that connects, I said that, I got ahead of myself. Now, okay, if the unicorn is a little too out there for you, you can look at the eagle. The eagle is another animal that is connected to Jupiter, so those Jupiterian qualities, and it's an animal depicted a great deal with Zeus and Jupiter, so it makes sense that you could use that animal as well. You might connect with that as well.
Any particular kind or just the eagle as a category?
I think it's eagle as a category because I don't work with Zeus. I don't know if there's a specific eagle that's connected with him. I've only just heard eagle. I'm sure my coven sister will Google it.
She is. She saw me grab my phone.
And I can read you like a cheap dime store novel. So, are you with me so far? We good? Okay, cool.
Wait, it's a giant golden eagle.
There we go.
That's right.
But I mean, if a bald eagle came to you, then you know, an eagle is an eagle in that way. Okay. So looking at tools, I brought a wand because a wand is a traditional tool that is connected with Chesed, but you could also work with the crook, the scepter, the pyramid, and the equal-armed cross. I'm of two minds about the tool, and I included it because tools you can connect with that spirit of the tool, and it might be helpful for you in magic or connection and learning. I am okay with passing that around. The wand, for me, I connect that with fire. Now, water is the main element, as we talked about, but there are other elements that are connected with this sphere. I probably wouldn't use a wand. I would actually look at a pyramid, because the fours of the tarot, as we get in there, Chesed is the fourth sphere. 4 is an important number in this sphere, and so I would look at a pyramid. And I forgot to bring my pyramid of Amethyst, but a 4-sided object, I think that there would be more of a connection there. And we're seeing, for me personally, I'm seeing pyramids used a lot more lately. We've been doing orgonite, and a lot of that work is with pyramids, and that's with directing energy. Has anybody seen the copper form of pyramids used for cleansing stones? Or there's even like big ones that you can sit in and do crystal grid work with that.
Heard of it.
I would love one of those. But I would think that for me personally, a pyramid would be a really good tool just for directing things. That's my opinion.
I mean, they were very important to many cultures. So
Exactly. I mean, how many cultures, built pyramids as, tombs?
Egyptian, Mayan, even Japan has a pyramid in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Right. So the next thing would be incenses. Incenses are, of course, things that you could burn while you're working, doing meditations with Chesed to gain deeper knowledge. The traditional incense that is associated with Chesed is cedar. I have some harvested cedar here that I wildcrafted. For me, I tend to be more shamanic in my working, and so cedar for me is protective in nature. So cedar doesn't connect for me in working with this sphere. You can also work with cinnamon. I like the idea of cinnamon more. Yes, that's fine. Thank you so much. Because I use cinnamon for success and money and drawing magic. And that seems more Jupiterian to me. So I would use cinnamon in that case. Okay? Now I started talking already about 4s. 4s are the tarot cards that are connected with Chesed. And I have my Rider-Waite deck with the 4s. These are fun things to put on an altar if working with Chesed, because it can give you some visuals, of giving. I'll go ahead and pass those around so you can see those. Like I said, 4 is a powerful number. We have 4 directions, 4 elements, 4 walls to a structure, like a basic structure. I know that there's more than 4 walls, but 4 basic walls. So they're cards of compassion for me, and they're also all about the power of manifestation. So 4s go with Chesed. And I also talked about how the pathways are linked with the major arcana cards. So I wanted to share so again, we're here with Chesed. So the pathway that takes us from Chesed to Netzach is the Wheel of Fortune card. the path that takes us from Chesed to Tifereth is the Hermit.
What was the next set? Is that the way?
Netzach,
How do you-
Netzach.
Netzach?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Tifereth is Tiphareth. Strength takes us from Chesed to its twin Geburah, Geburah. Okay? And then finally, strength. Mhm. And then finally from Chesed to Chokmah is the Hierophant. And Chokmah is Chokmah. Everybody good with that? No. Not from Hesed.
Although this one has one from Bina to Hesed.
Yeah, that's what it
Oh, it does in the,
Page 70 in the book.
Page 70.
It has the list, but it didn't have the.
So my question is, or possibly comment, this is slightly different than that one, but I know that many Kabbalah systems are slightly different. So it really depends on what system you use,
right,
what pathways you see, and what spheres are there.
right.
Perfect example being ones that include dot and ones that don't.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
I'm just curious, is 5 the planet Mars? Like 5 planets Mars?
I believe so.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Geburah is severity.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, any questions?
Can you just say the 4 cards in order real quick, just give the card names for that?
Sure. Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. Hermit. Strength. And Hierophant.
It's kind of oddball, and it might be, I don't know, really several years, the number 4 on its own, like going back to the idea of the number 4, has been like a weird lucky number. Like, I did swimming, and I would never get better than 4th place, but I would never get worse than 4th place.
Okay.
Like, out of like 7 people, and then the number 4 just continued on, and that was like 7th grade for me. So it just continued to be very repetitive in my life. I was born on the 24th of March.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, by association, like, considering the number 4 is kind of lucky for me, do you think I should look into it?
I would suggest looking into numerology and looking at the number 4. I don't have my reference with me at this second, but you could definitely look up numerology. Look at finding out the numerological number of your name. Okay.
My birth name or my new given name is a better question.
Yes, the answer is
And
yes.
see if there's a correlation.
Because it happens with married names also.
Right.
You get one when you're birth
Right.
name, and then when you're married, you get a possible new number.
Right.
Because your birth
I
name
would
is still the true name.
Exactly. I would talk to me afterward.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll try to give you some things to like look at, and maybe gain some insight on what is that? Y is for,
Okay.
okay?
Thank you.
Awesome, let's look at metal next. So the metal that is associated with Chesed is tin. Now, you might think, well, God, shouldn't we have something more regal than tin? But tin is the better choice because tin is the metal of transformation. And so when you're looking for mercy and compassion, transformation is something that you kind of want to tap into. And so these little vials, if you wanted to, you know, work with tin, these little these little vials are like super easy to pick up on Amazon, especially if you have a helpful roomie who does the ordering for you.
They also have them at like Joann's and Michael's in the scrapbooking section too.
Oh,
They have
okay.
the little containers that you can buy.
Right. I like to use tin for abundance and prosperity, which connects it to Jupiterian energies of that good fortune.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that is the metal.
Abundance and
Prosperity.
Tin foil. Sure. In like a Jupiter shape
Or like a pure.
or a pure. Oh. Smart.
I'm crafty.
There's a reason I like you. Okay.
Which is we'll figure out how to do anything with everything.
Exactly, right? And nothing.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, who went to the What's My Spell last night? Oh. Talk about making spells with nothing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Good stuff.
So much fun.
I was at
So
work.
much fun.
We're the MacGyvers of the religious world.
Okay. I like
No,
that.
Jason, who was in that class, was the MacGyver.
So the traditional stone that is connected with Jupiter and with Pisces is amethyst. So amethyst is the stone that we work with Chesed. It's also connected with Venus and Pluto too, but Jupiter, of course, is what we're looking at in these purposes. Hand that around. Now you can also use any purple or blue stone with Chesed, and I actually brought some others. I have some raw angelite, which is like my favorite. And I have some sodalite as well. And I've got some raw amethyst down here too, but an amethyst tower. So these are all things that you can put on your Chesed altar and connect with for gaining understanding. Now, I like amethyst because it helps to maintain faithfulness. Amethyst is probably the first, the light blue is angelite. Amethyst was the first stone that I ever connected with way before I was even a baby witch. And I liked it because of its maintaining faithfulness qualities. It helps you connect with your spirituality. So that I find is like really helpful for me. It's also really good for transmuting negative energy into positive, which is that not like a perfect need when working with compassion and mercy in Chesed? And of course, it's a love stone too. So, gotta love amethyst. It's like a great all-around stone, honestly.
My stepmom always told me that amethyst is like their catch-all, do everything with.
It is.
Like if
It's
your
one of
toddlers
those.
having nightmares, put it under their pillow.
Right.
Like,
It's one of those
Amethyst
cornerstones that are like extremely useful. Right.
I'd say the top two would be amethyst and quartz.
Yes.
Quartz is so receptive to like everything.
Everything.
You can
Right.
make it work at amethyst.
Exactly. That quartz is like the workhorse.
Yeah, that's what I tell like newbies. I'm like, if you can't find a specific stone, use quartz and meditate on it.
Exactly.
It'll become what you want.
Exactly, right. So there's a few herbs or plants that are associated with this sphere. Olive, like olive trees, olive branches, those types of things. Rushes. Rushes.
Spell.
R-U-S-H.
They used to use it to put down in castles to keep the room smelling fresh.
And lemon balm. I love lemon balm tea. Oh, so good. So I like to use lemon balm for opening up to the divine and the love of the goddess. So I will pass that around. Feel free to sniff it if you like. It's a good, yeah.
Well, not everything.
Some things maybe you shouldn't say.
We started at 9:30, right?
We got half an hour.
Okay, so there's one more thing that I wanted to touch on before we meditate. And that is,
I don't know what happened. I have to look up something from that.
the last entity that you may come into contact with in the sphere of Chesed would be the demiurge.
Spell.
D-E-M-I-U-R-G-E. And I'm watching Joshua because he may understand this. So
I feel on the spot
you're
right
getting
now.
singled out because of your fairy ways.
Okay.
So the idea of the demiurge is that it's a god archetype. Okay? It is known as the god of the material world. Okay? He's equated with the concept of the devil. Okay? Other persons, entities might be Lucifer, Prometheus, and Malek,
Taus.
who is known as the peacock angel in the fairy tradition. Okay? So these, so there's specifics of this archetype. Okay? They're known as the light bringers. They're known as the liberators. Okay? There's chaos to them, but they bring forth good to humanity. Okay? And they manifest as the jealous God of fire and wrath, like the smiteful God of the Old Testament. Okay? So this is an entity. He's not a creator, he's a liberator. Okay? And this is the kind of guide that you might make contact with when we visit Chesed. Okay? So, ready to meditate?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so this is how we're gonna go. We're gonna start in the physical world. I'm just gonna give you like an opener to how we're gonna get there, and then we're gonna start. So we're gonna start in Malkuth, and we're going to take this pathway to Netzach. Okay? The sphere of victory. All right? And then we're going to take the path to Chesed. So it's a pretty direct route, but I just wanted you to understand how we're getting there, because I don't want to just pop in. Okay? So. Did you get there? You got there. You did? Oh, I'm sorry. Was it a good cry?
Yeah.
Good.
Super good.
Thank you.
Good. All right. Like I said, I know it's a quick journey, but hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of the possibilities of what working with the sphere of Chesed specifically can be like. And as I said at the top, there are guides like this that are connected with every single sphere. Okay? So as we continue to make our way through the tree of life, it's possible that you could go back and connect with the spheres that we've already covered, because we started with Kether, and we've done Chokmah and Bina. So, we could go back and look at those too, and kind of connect with them. I did take pretty much most of my resource material is from this book. The Temple of High Witchcraft by Christopher Penczak. This is the text for his 4th year. So this is where a bulk of the information came from, and then I filled out details by looking, at various things online. So, but this is the bulk. And he has awesome, at the beginning of the chapters, he has great lists that list out the guides and
Correspondences.
things like that. So highly recommend that if you want to look into anything else. Any questions?
The meditation was there from Malkut to Netzach.
Mhm.
There was a path. What was
The
the
moon.
the
The moon card. And I probably should have set you up for that. I didn't. Sorry, that was my bad. When we got into it, I'm like, crap, I didn't do that. Sorry.
I
So,
hope that I just.
thank you to my Coven sisters for your support. And thank you, Joshua, for manning the camera.
And thank you, Helen, for teaching us.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great rest of con, you guys. That's it for me.
Just gonna kick us out
And
now.
don't forget to fill out your yellow cards.
Yes, yellow cards, yellow cards.